and welcome back to the channel. On this video I'm riding the Ariel Rider Grizzly, and what I want to do in this video is I want to demonstrate the dual motors and show you why I like the dual motors and what it can do. So first off, I want to mention that I do have different tires on here than the stock tires that come with the bike. These are Huntsman tires as we start to get some raindrops. I'm not setting my rain gear, but that'll be all right, I think. I wasn't expecting rain. They weren't saying rain, but here it is. Anyway, so I wanted to mention that the bike with the Huntsman tires, these are heavier than the stock tires, a lot heavier. And so basically the bike with the stock tires is around 105 pounds, and with the Huntsman tires we're looking at about 110 pounds for the Ariel Rider Grizzly. So keeping that in mind, and my weight is around 185, so we're looking at about 300 pounds between myself and the bike. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate here. We're coming up to a hill right now, and I'm going to show you what it's like to ride up the hill with the one motor, which I'm riding on now. I generally ride with just a rear motor, but I'm going to show you the difference. So I'm riding along now. I'm not going full throttle or anything. I'm riding at like 22 miles an hour. And I'll actually bring it to a complete stop. Well, I'm gonna have to anyway because we're at a school crossing here. Okay, so here I am going up basically from a stop, and see how slow. Now watch. When you kick in the front motor, look at it, the difference. It just pulls you up that hill. Big difference. If you just had the one motor, this bike wouldn't be nearly as impressive. And as you see right there, I'll show you right here, this is why you don't want to ride in all, at least I don't like to, in all-wheel drive, is because you spin out and you can lose control of your bike pretty easy. I've had times when I forgot that I had both motors on and I'm at an intersection, and it can get kind of dangerous because you're not expecting it. I wasn't expecting it, and it can throw you if you're not careful. So anyway, that's one of the big reason why I like the dual motor on this bike. I think just a 1,000-watt motor, it's 52 volt. I think the controller, I can't remember if the controllers on this bike are 30 or 35 amp. They're one or the other. There's two controllers, one for each motor. And if you just had one motor, 1,000-watt motor on here, and that's all you had, it wouldn't be nearly as to me, it wouldn't be nearly as good of a bike. I mean, the motor peaks at 1850 watts, but, and here we're going to go up a hill now, and I'm going to show you here. Let's see how it does here. I'm just going to hold the throttle. I'm not full throttle, but look at it going down now. Now watch. You can hear it kick in, and it just pulls you. It's like going into overdrive, and away you go. So that's where, to me, that's where I was sold on this bike. I like the fact that it will take you up basically any hill you want to get up. There's a few hills here that I've never gone up that are really steep. I'm talking major steep. And the reason why I haven't tried those, although I probably should someday, and the reason why I haven't really done those is because I don't think I would ever go on those roads. They're just, you know, residential, a street for residential folks that live up there, but I would never be riding on those roads. So I don't need to really see if the bike can go up those roads, because I know I'm not really going to go on them. But I guess if you wanted to do a true test, I've got some steeper hills here that I could go up than I've even gone up already. And but I don't know. I suppose if you really wanted to do a real test on what can make it, I've got some here that you could really test out. But the other thing is right here, like right now at an intersection, everybody's looking around to see who's going what. But I start going like that, and then I give it the other motor. I put the front motor on too to get by there rather quickly. And it's not so noticeable at the intersection I was just at, but when you're on a more major one, then yeah, you want to get in and out of the traffic as quick as you can. And sometimes you're right in with the traffic. Like not everybody has bike lanes where you are, right? And even here, there's not all bike lanes everywhere. So you're kind of in with the traffic. And so you kind of got to keep up with the traffic, you know. And so that's why I really like this, having the two motors to get in and out of situations. But I'll give you another demonstration here coming up, the difference. But yeah, the two motor setup is really good, but it also zaps your battery. I see them down to 94%. It would zap your battery faster, but you don't really get any more speed. You might get 1 or 2 miles per hour more, but you're not going to get much difference. Where you're going to notice it is, like I say, on the hill climb or quick acceleration. If you need a fast acceleration, like here we go up a hill now. It's more gradual, this one, but see, I'm going at full throttle here. It's climbing, it's going up a little faster, but watch this. Like the difference is night and day. So that's when I use my I'll turn that front motor out there, but that's when I use my all-wheel drive. I don't ride everywhere with both motors, and I think a lot of I'm sure a lot of folks out there that own the Grizzly probably prefer to just ride with both motors, but sometimes I've done that and forgotten to turn off the front one when I come like in situations like this, because here's what happens. As you can see, it's kind of cool, but you got to make sure you have your hands on the handlebar and you're ready for it. And I was ready for it there. But the bike does have a lot of giddy up right off the takeoff here when you've got the both motors cranked. Also, the front motor is definitely louder than the rear. Now the takeoff there, when it spins out, is pretty obvious as to why it's doing that. It's because you don't have the weight at the front that you do at the back of the bike, so makes sense. But the other thing, by spinning out a lot, is you're going to wear your tire quicker too, and I don't think you want to be forking out money for tires that often. If you own a Grizzly and you're watching this, let me know in the comments, do you generally ride with both motors on, or do you just ride occasionally like I do with both? Like sometimes I'll be riding in with traffic and I'll have both on because I just want that quick acceleration power. I haven't done a video yet with this bike and the graffiti at the same time, but I'm hoping to get a few videos with both bikes going at the same time and having somebody else ride with me on one of the bikes. And I want to see what the graffiti does versus the Grizzly in a race, straight up race, because I kind of think the graffiti could beat it in a race, but it'd be close. But I think the graffiti goes just a little bit faster. But the thing is, depending on how long your racetrack is, the Grizzly may have the quicker takeoff to get up there to the speed faster. So that's the advantage that this bike may have. So, but it will be interesting. In fact, I'm pretty sure that this one's going to be the quicker off the blocks, but I think the flat out speed, I think the graffiti could beat this Grizzly by a few miles per hour. I think you can get a good 37 miles an hour out of the other one on the flat, whereas this one I think tops out, especially with the little bit heavier tires. I don't think I'm going to get more than 35 miles an hour. And I could do a little speed test here. Let's try it here a little bit here. Let's see what we get here. Now I'll start with one motor and here we go. Slight uphill, but I'm seeing right there, I was seeing 33.6. Pretty much full batteries. When I left, it was full batteries, and I haven't gone that far. So it is a bit on the cool side today again here, so that might factor a little bit. And the other thing would be these heavier tires, I think, take a few miles per hour off of your speed. It sounds a lot louder when you're running the front motor, that's for sure. And here I got it going up. You can see the acceleration is fast. It really winds up. I'm going into a little bit of wind on this, going this way. I gotta be a little bit careful around here because the speed limit is 25. But Anyway, that gives you a little idea of what. Before I did the tire change, I think I topped out at 35 or 36 on the flat. I have had this bike up over 41 miles an hour, but that was going down a hill. A little bit of a downhill, but I had to be careful because I couldn't get going even faster, because when I did it that one time there, I had a issue with a speed bump. Unlike the speed bump I'm going over now, that's a split one. This was a solid speed bump, and I didn't want to go arse over tea kettle or anything like that, so I took it easy there. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my little demonstration of how I use my motors on the Ariel Rider Grizzly. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you'd like to subscribe to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be notified as to when the next video comes up on the channel, just hit that notification bell and you'll be notified. And if you want to leave a comment in the comment section, please do. And whether it's on this video or any other video on the channel. Once again, thank you for joining me on this video. And until next time, take care.